All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, hello everyone and welcome. Thanks so much for taking the time out of your busy day to join us today. My name is Joni Ogg, and on behalf of the travel professional community and homebasedtravelagent.com, I want to welcome all of you to today's webinar. We've got a really exciting presentation for you today, brought to you by Travel Weekly and Travel Weekly's awesome CruiseWorld show, which is coming up in November. And our topic is Travel Weekly's CruiseWorld 2017 Wants You. And I've really had a great time. I've had an honor to be a part of this show as a consultant and a speaker since its inception. Needless to say, this event has a really special place in my heart. And I really hope those of you who are on the webinar today are going to join us there. And we've got terrific speakers and very good friends of mine with us to give you all of the information you need to know about CruiseWorld. We have Jennifer Cruz, Enrichment Program Consultant for Travel Weekly. We have Mary Pat Sullivan, CTC, President of Sullivan Marketing Advisors. We have Teresa Bednarski, an Event Director for North Star Travel Group, and Emmy Morales, Sales Director for North Star Travel Group. But before we get started, just a reminder to everyone that we welcome your questions, and you can type in your questions at any time in the question area that you see on the right-hand panel of the screen. When our speakers are all done and finished with their presentations, we'll take as many questions as we can. Also, stay tuned to the end of the presentation to hear some exciting news about some of the giveaways from Travel Weekly. You will all be muted during this presentation, but again, be sure to put your questions in if you have any. So first up today is my very, 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 very good friend, Mary Pat Sullivan. Mary Pat is the president of Sullivan Marketing Advisors, a travel industry marketing consultancy. North Star Travel Group is her client, and she is responsible for the content for their live and virtual events. Mary Pat has been in the leisure travel industry for only 25 years. She provides marketing and industry relations consulting services for suppliers and retail organizations. Her specialty is helping suppliers and industry organizations work more closely with the travel agency community. So I'm going to turn the microphone over now to my good friend Mary Pat and Jennifer so they can go ahead and get started. Mary Pat?
Thank you, Joni. I don't think there were enough veries in there. You're like one of my best buds. I love you. You know that. And Joni and I have done a lot of great work together. So I'm so happy to be here and with your community, who you know I think is a phenomenal, phenomenal group of travel pros. So we're really happy to share the CruiseWorld story with all of you. And I was laughing as Joni was reading my bio, because any of you that may know me well, I guess I should update it because now it's 30 years. So that tells me that I'm older than I'm admitting to. So anyway, okay, let's do this. So folks, for those of you that have not yet joined us at CruiseWorld, I really want to encourage you to listen to what we have to offer here today. Ask us some questions. Our team is really receptive. We'd love to talk to you. We truly want to bring together people who want to advance their careers in the travel industry. Travel Weekly and Travel Age West, which are the publications of the North Star family, are really dedicated to educating and helping the travel agency community network and really build their businesses. So we'd love to meet you live. So here's the dates, November 15th to 17th. The Exhibitor Showcase is a one-day showcase on the 16th, and the event is held at the Greater Fort Lauderdale Convention Center. This is our team. We look a little sexist here. I know we've just added a guy to the team, so we'll add his photo, and we're trying to diversify, but we're a hardworking group of women, let me tell you. So these are all folks that if you come and join us, and anybody that's been to one of our events, you know that we are an active group. We'll get to know you. We'll be there for you. You can find us all the time. This is our team. Teresa's joining us today. Emmy's joining us today. They are part of the launch team for CruiseWorld several years ago. Very hardworking people. Melissa, Alicia, who is our leader, Sarah, Jennifer, you're going to hear from shortly. And look, Joni's on this slide. Joni is a big part of this event for all of us. She was part of the launch team for us as well, and we're just really, really proud to be able to include her as part of our team. Kat Shaw, who handles all of our marketing. So this is our team. You'll meet all of them, I promise, if you come, and you'll be able to talk to them all on social media if you get engaged with us before then. At the end of this event, we are going to well, actually not right at the end of this event, but by the end of today, we will email 10 folks that they are the winners of free registration to CruiseWorld, which is a $175 value. We will make sure that Joni has the full list as well if anybody wants to know who their friends are that won if they weren't the lucky ones. But we would love to have all of you there, so we will announce 10 of the live attendees to be winners. Will be randomly selected after the event, and we'll email you this afternoon. So good luck to all of you. So we'll go through today the when and where, the who's at the event, who the speakers are, who the attendees are, who you'll get to meet. We'll go through the daily overview, and then we'll go through general registration and our STAR program. Jen CRUISEW, who's here with us, is so valuable to us in that she helps us with the entire STAR program, coordinating, vetting our travel agent professionals that join us there, really hand-holding everyone from beginning to end. It's a great opportunity, so we'll talk about that as well. So here's the dates and locations. As I said, the Exhibitor Showcase is on Thursday, the 16th. We have ship inspections on the 14th, 18th, and 19th. The 14th, the ship inspection on the 14th is for STARs only, so as you learn about the STAR program, you'll understand that. And the 18th and 19th, there's quite a selection of ship inspection opportunities. We'll go through that as well. And the housing block is either at the Hilton Fort Lauderdale Marina or the Renaissance Fort Lauderdale Cruise Port Hotel, both of which, by the way, are in walking distance to the convention center, but we also provide shuttle service for everyone. So we're going to talk about the who, our attendees for CruiseWorld. It is a real mix, folks. We get attendees from every walk of the industry, years of experience. We have newbies. We welcome newbies. We want you to come meet the industry, figure out whether or not this is the right business for you, and trust me, it's a great business to be in. We'd love to see you stick. We also have people 25 years in the business joining us. It's a real diversified audience, people who want to grow their portfolio of suppliers, people who want to just kind of tweak their business, maybe get a little boost or learn something from their peers that they need for energy or excitement in their business. So really diversified audience, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. We thought we'd share a few, and I know many of you in the community know Jeff Millar. Jeff's a great friend of ours. He has been a speaker at CruiseWorld for the last 5 years. He's also part of our Global Travel Marketplace Advisory Board. He's just a great, great person, and he's got a good perspective on the industry. So this is a quote from Jeff about the value of CruiseWorld, combining both the best of both land and sea suppliers. That's an important thing to understand. Though the name is CruiseWorld, the attendees on the supplier side run the gamut, 200 companies representing every part of the business. And Jeff is really proud of the fact that our educational program, many of the sessions are run by peers, just like Jeff. Jeff is one of our teachers on Friday. These are also two of our attendees, also familiar, many of them, to those of you in the community. Craig, I know, does a lot of work with Joni and the team, been a great partner to us, was a speaker for us a couple of years back. And Jill Labar actually was a GTM attendee. She had been a star. Many of our star attendees for CruiseWorld graduate on and end up coming with us to Global Travel Marketplace when their business grows past $1 million and they qualify. And Jill at Global Travel Marketplace won a seaborne cruise. She was quite the lucky person. But you can see from their comments here how important to them the peer-to-peer learning in particular is, and the networking with all of the folks in the industry. So this is just to give you an idea. Every year we have something new and special and exciting. We may not even know what it is yet. Last year we didn't know the Harmony of the Seas naming ceremony was going to be part of our event until probably September. Vicki Freed called me on a Sunday afternoon and said, I want to do something really cool. What if I could get every person who's attending CruiseWorld at the naming ceremony? Well, we pulled it off, and we brought 800 travel agents onto the Harmony. It was an amazing event. And it just goes to prove to you that the industry really wants your business and wants your attention. It was a great night for all of us. So the CEO keynote speakers, this has become a kind of a hallmark of what we do as an event every year. These three gentlemen all want to sit and talk with you. They want an opportunity to talk to the people who they know are responsible for filling their ships. And with all the new inventory coming in online from the cruise industry in the next 3 or 4 years, the number of new ships is staggering. So these gentlemen really want to share their stories with you. So each of them will sit on stage, Frank on Wednesday, Arnold on Thursday. No, I'm sorry, Frank on Wednesday, Richard on Thursday, and Arnold on Friday. They'll all be there having a conversation with Arnie, addressing all of you, and answering some questions. It's a great opportunity to hear from the absolute leadership of the business. This, Joni and I do together every year. It's just a lot of fun, but this year we've moved this session to Wednesday, the opening general session, because it's just a high energy, entertaining, lots of fun. Look at these faces. Many of you may know these folks. If you don't know them personally, you will after CruiseWorld, I promise you. They're going to sit on stage with Joni and I and have real, honest conversations, fun conversations, not about their brands. We probably won't even talk about their brands. It's going to be talking about the industry, about sales, about marketing. Trust me, this is a great session. Every single one of these folks, great partner to us and a great partner to all of you. And then the President's Panel, which will be on Thursday this year. We have 4 presidents confirmed. Look at these folks that want to come and talk to all of you. Orlando Ashford, President of Holland America; Michael Bailey, President and CEO of Royal Caribbean; Lisa Ludlow-Perlo, President and CEO of Celebrity Cruises; and Andy Stewart, President and CEO of Norwegian Cruise Line. We're thrilled to have them with us. They'll join myself and Arnie on stage on Thursday to talk to all of you directly. And we're introducing something new and fun this year. So we're having a series of events each day in the general session called TW Talks. Yes, we're stealing from TED Talks. Nobody has a new idea anymore, right? But what will happen in these TW Talks is you'll have leadership folks from the host agency community, from the travel agency community, successful peers of yours. You'll have legal folks talking to you. These are going to be 8-minute thought leadership speeches, but they're going to be really thought-provoking, I promise, and not commercials for anyone. It's a chance for all of us to kind of learn something from each other. We have some of the brightest minds in the business in our industry, so we're looking forward to hearing from all of them. Each day you'll have a couple TW Talks scattered throughout the general session. This is kind of a run-through of our exhibitors. As I said, every portion of the industry is represented. It's a very, very broad brush, and you'll have an opportunity to meet with all of these suppliers. These are some of our sponsors. We have great partners that help us make this event happen. So all of these folks are committed sponsors for our events, and you'll see them at breakfasts, lunches, dinners, at workshops and sessions that they've sponsored for all of us. So we really appreciate. We can't do this without them, and they're good partners to all of you. Ship inspections, here you go. So Tuesday, as I said, is a STAR exclusive. This is an amazing opportunity. Oceania doesn't do a lot of ship inspections, and so we were thrilled to have that opportunity. That will be sold out very quickly, and it is only a STAR opportunity for Tuesday. And then you can see our roster for Saturday and Sunday. Great, great roster of ships. Some ships that have been redone, have some great new opportunities for you to see what's going on. Some brand new ships. Look at, you have the Harmony of the Seas there, just launched last year. We have the Koningsdam, also launched last year. So some great ships and opportunities for you. This is an example of some of our speakers. These are your peer speakers. Many of you may know these folks. They're very good partners to us at Travel Weekly and Travel Age West. All of these folks have been participants at Global Travel Marketplace, and they're going to join you as peer speakers on Friday. So you'll learn from folks who do just what you do and have been successful at it. So we're really grateful to all of them for joining us. And you know what? Today is Rob Clabber's birthday. So if you know Rob, wish him a happy birthday on Facebook. Okay, so here's what we did. This is the other thing. Our event, it's very important to us to be engaged with all of you and to take feedback. And we take feedback very sincerely, I promise. So you can tell us, and we'll do our best to improve where we need to improve. So on June 7th, I posted in the STARS Facebook group asking for ideas for breakout sessions. Well, the response was unbelievable. Email after email, session comment after session comment in the Facebook group. It was great feedback. And I did the best I could to, and if you guys want to go back and read these, you'll see almost every topic that was asked for, we have found a way to cover in our breakout sessions or in our training on Wednesday and Thursday. So it is our goal to provide what we believe that you need to grow your business, and hopefully we're doing a good job of that. So thanks to all of you that provided the feedback. And if you're new to us, we hope that you become part of our conversation going forward. So here's the schedule, folks. Here's what it looks like. So Wednesday, November 15th, at a glance, we have CLIA training in the morning. We have Hawaii specialist training in the morning. We have breakout sessions. We have lunch. We have destination roundtables in the afternoon, general session, and the think tank in the evening. So let's go through this. So Hawaii specialist training. This is a great partnership we now have with the Hawaii Visitors and Convention Bureau. Robin Basso is a great friend to all of us, and she has enabled us to offer the full training program on site, so that when folks leave, they will officially be Hawaii destination specialists. You'll be able to earn your certification while on site, which is a great opportunity. And then you become part of the Hawaii portfolio. You get recommendations, traveler recommendations. You go on their website, and you qualify for the next stage, which then qualifies you for FAMS in Hawaii. So great opportunity. We have CLIA training, and this we actually tailored to match some of the requests from our attendees from last year. Folks wanted more on group business, and so we asked CLIA to come and offer. They're offering a 15-credit course that has just been redone this year on developing group departures. And also another request was for CRM. And quite frankly, we're not the experts at CRM, so we've asked CLIA. They have a class that was just updated this year on customer relationship management. We've asked them to come and teach it. So CLIA will be on hand on Wednesday to offer both of these classes. So if you took both, you'd earn 25 CLIA credits while you're with us. We also have VAX training. VAX and the Mark Travel Corporation good partners to Travel Weekly and Travel Age West and all of the events as well. So they'll offer excellent hands-on training on VAX and Accelerator. Great opportunity for you. I know many, many people use VAX, and this is a chance to really dig in and maybe figure out what you're not using that you can use as a tool from the VAX. Special Needs Group certification, this is something I'm personally very proud of. I sit on the board for Special Needs Group, and the team, Andy and the team at Special Needs Group and Jim Smith, they're phenomenal people, and they do some great work. They actually launched this certification with us a few years back, and they're now probably almost at 4,000 travel professionals that they've trained. So we're really happy to be a part of this, so you can walk away with your Special Needs Group certification as well. We also have brought the Travel Institute in this year. For any of you that may have read my bio, I was the Vice President of Marketing of the Travel Institute many years back and sat on the board for a long time. Completely a believer in their training. So one of their trainers who I worked with for a long time will be joining us, and she'll be offering a class on time management, which was something else our attendees asked us to add. And then we have, as I said, many sponsors. So Holland America will be our first lunch sponsor on Wednesday afternoon, and it will be Eva Jenner, who we love to have with us. She's just a breath of fresh air. She'll be joining us for lunch. General session on Wednesday afternoon. We have the welcome address from our partners at the Greater Fort Lauderdale Convention and Visitors Bureau. And for those of you that come and join us and haven't been down there, it's an opportunity to really get to see this destination that you send so many cruise passengers through. And they're, as I said, good partners to us. And Frank Del Rio from Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings will be opening our CEO conversations between himself and Arnie on Wednesday afternoon. And then on Wednesday, we've also added these concurrent destination roundtables. This is new for this year. So this will be about an hour and 15-minute session at the close of Wednesday. And it'll be a chance you can register for just one because they'll be simultaneous, but we're going to have wholesalers, destination representations, DMO organizations in the room to offer some presentations, have some conversations to help you really grow your business to one of these markets. And this is something else that our attendees asked us for, some destination immersions, and we're excited to have added this year. The Mastermind Panel will also be on Wednesday. This slide is just kind of fun because one of the things that our marketing team did this year was we went out to all of our masterminds and asked them from some kind of little interesting facts about themselves because, as I said, the Mastermind Panel is designed for you to kind of get to know them as people and feel a little bit closer to them. So this slide kind of gives you a little idea of, if you see Joe Giffo, ask him to do his De Niro impression because apparently he's pretty good at it, but we'll see. And we'll see if Dondra will wear bell-bottom jeans on stage. But as you can read through this, this is kind of their wish list. And if you've seen any of the marketing on Facebook, or if you go on our Facebook, you can see some of these in more detail. It's just kind of fun, but this is what we do with the Mastermind Panel. You'll get to know them, and you'll get to learn from them at the same time. The think tank, which Joni and I also have been working very closely together on for years, this event this year will be sponsored by Scenic River Cruises, and the opportunity will be Joni Ryan, who is the Vice President of Scenic, spent many, many years as the Vice President of Worldwide Sales for Carnival Cruise Lines. So in talking to her, one of the things that she said was she knows that a lot of folks in the industry want to figure out how to transition from or expand to river cruise sales from traditional ocean-bearing cruises. So what we're going to do is focus this year's think tank around that topic, around creating new business models for yourself in the river cruise market, on taking an ocean cruiser and converting that business and how you expand your business. So this will be a fun, open discussion. We get a lot of engagement and involvement. As you can see from the lower left there, we have probably 300-400 people come to this every year, and it's a very cool way to end the first day. Day 2 we are at now. And day 2, this is just the rundown for you, and then we'll go through it in detail, but we basically, day 2 is all about the product. So on day 2, you'll hear from suppliers in the workshops. You'll have the chance to do the exhibitor showcase for the 4-hour duration on the show floor, and we'll end with a cocktail party on the show floor at the end of Thursday. So our sponsored breakfast starts with MSC Cruises, and actually we're going to, Travel Weekly and Travel Age West are hosting a webinar with MSC Cruises in the beginning of September, and they're going to do something really, really cool this year at CruiseWorld. Remember I told you there's some surprises that happen? Well, this is one of them, so keep your eyes open and look for that webinar in September. MSC is going to do something really cool with us, and it's going to happen on site at CruiseWorld, so you'll want to be at this breakfast. Supplier training workshops, here's some of the different suppliers that have already committed. We have 7 workshops confirmed. There's only 1 spot left, so that will be filled shortly, I am sure. And so you'll get an immersion from each of these suppliers on the Thursday morning workshops. And then our general session and lunch, we have the President's Panel, which, as I said, Arnie and I will take the stage and join these folks, Great conversation, great opportunity. And then we'll have some TW talks on both general sessions Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The exhibitor showcase, this is great. Dondra every year sponsors, celebrity sponsors the ribbon cutting. And it's just a really fun little champagne toast way to open up our event. And Dondra loves it. As you can see, she likes those big scissors. But we get the ribbon cutting at 1 p.m. and then off we go. We're there for 4.5 hours. That may sound like a lot, but with a couple hundred suppliers, it's not really a lot of time. You get a chance to walk around, meet all of them, experience some of the local fare, because Greater Fort Lauderdale sponsors the reception, and so there's opportunity for food and beverage as well, which is great. And it's just really a chance to get a clear picture of so many different opportunities for you to share with your customers from the travel industry supplier community. So we're looking forward to that. This is a breakdown of the different kinds of suppliers. So you'll have attractions and destinations there. You'll have business tools, transportation. So you'll have car rental and those kinds of companies, cruise, obviously, destinations, hotels and resorts, professional services, and tour operators. So if anybody tells you CruiseWorld is only cruise, this slide can prove them absolutely wrong. Okay, and then at the end, Fort Lauderdale will obviously be our sponsors for the evening reception, which is really a nice way to end a very, very busy day at CruiseWorld. And then here we are on day 3, which is Friday. So on day 3, again, we have a breakfast sponsorship, general session, and then this is the day for peer-to-peer workshops. So this is the day for you to learn from your fellow peers. So those breakout sessions are all hosted by fellow travel professionals, and then we have a couple sponsored meals throughout the day. So our first breakfast is sponsored by Windstar Cruises, and last year when John Delaney joined us on stage, he had just taken over in that position, and it was really cool to hear his plans for the business and his interest in working more closely with the travel agency community, and he gave a fabulous presentation, so we're really happy to have them back again this year. And then Carnival is actually sponsoring that morning's general session. Arnold Donald will be on the stage with Arnie, and then we're going to have some agents come up and join us on stage. We're going to have some TW talks, some pretty cool conversations happening that day. You'll learn a lot, and I think you'll be engaged in it, I'm pretty sure. And then our concurrent educational sessions. This is where, if you spend a little time, you go on our website and you read through all the sessions, you'll see what topics we're covering. But as you can see, we have 4 different tracks that we're looking at. But you can take whatever sessions you want. This is the other thing about us folks. We're pretty open-minded. You don't have to follow one track. We do ask you to pre-register for the sessions just so that we can get a feel for the number of people in the room, but you can always change and move to a different session if you suddenly draw into it. So we have growth market sessions, which will look at specific topics. So in here you can see we have one on luxury travel run by our friend Rob Clabbers, and one on destination weddings and honeymoons run by Donna Alcarmi. We have the business boost, which is really just to get you moving in a certain segment of your business that you haven't had a chance to really focus on. So actually Patty Lehman, who's been to GTM a couple times, great agent, she's going to join us and teach us a class on service fees. And then the second business boost is hosted by Jeff Millar, and that's going to be looking at adding ICs. This is a session we actually offered last year, and the response was just so phenomenal that we've decided to offer it again. And I know that actually here in the travel professional community, Jeff did a webinar and had over 1,000 people there. So clearly this is a topic of interest. So we're happy to have that back again this year. And then we'll look at marketing and sales tactics, obviously, so important to all of you. So Lorraine Simpson, who was at GTM with us in Florida in July, is based in Canada. And she is going to do a session on taking your business out of the basement, because basically many of you, myself included, had some home-based businesses working out of a little room in your basement. So she's going to give a session on that. And the other one is on social media. We all know how important that is. And I have a feeling I may be pulling in my friend Andy Ogg to help us with that session. We're still determining the best way to go, and Andy's great at that, so I'm sure he may get a call from me. And then we're focusing on customer acquisition. And in one focus, we're going to look at millennials, and there's Andy, since he is a millennial and I'm too old to run that session. But Joni's son, Andy Ogg, who's a very active part of the travel professional community, will be teaching the millennials session. And then the other session down at the bottom there, Business Boost, is how to relate to my BDM. That was a request from our audience. They all wanted to hear a little bit more about how do I get a better relationship. So that panel will actually be moderated by 2 agents, and we'll have 4 kind of superstar BDMs on there who can talk about how the best relationships are built, what you need to do as a travel pro, what they need to do as a BDM, and what you can and can't ask for, so make the relationship really work. So, and then we look at lunch, look at Andy. Everybody loves Andy. Andy has joined us several years on the stage to to host lunch, and we really appreciate the partnership with Norwegian Cruise Line. They've always been so good to us and to all of you as travel professionals. So they will be back this year as our lunch sponsors. And then the afternoon general session, still being built here, folks, so feel free to send me some ideas. There's still some more conversations happening. We will have some TW talks and a couple of other surprise speakers for our Friday afternoon general session. And then the breakouts in the afternoon, you can see here. So we're going to look at incentive travel. That actually says presenters TBA. We've actually finished that. So Jason Coleman, who some of you may know, West Coast-based travel professional, great guy, will be joining us along with one of his colleagues to teach that session on incentive travel, another request from our audience, and we're happy to have it. And then Sally Black, very active in the family travel marketplace, also a GTMer and a good friend of ours, will be teaching a family travel session. And then Jeff will be doing a Basics Marketing 101 session that afternoon for folks that just kind of need to figure out, where do I start? How do I promote my business? And our friend Joni Ogg, for any of you that haven't bought her books, don't know how phenomenally talented she is, and what she knows and what she has in her brain is just amazing. So she's going to handle the Business Boost session that afternoon, successfully working from home. And we're really grateful that Joni gives us the time that she does. It's very valuable to all of us. So thank you, Joni. And then our bonus sponsored session on Friday afternoon. If any of you haven't heard Captain Lou, he's quite an entertaining speaker. He's a New Yorker just like me, so he sounds like me, maybe even worse, because he's got more Brooklyn in him than I do. But Lou has built a business around groups. He has his own group system. This is a sponsored session. Lou pays for it. So you will be sold to a little bit there, but you will learn as well. So Lou's session closes us out on Friday afternoon, and he's so entertaining. It's worth experiencing. So we're going to encourage you to register. If you register by September 14th, you get $49 off the on-site registration rate. And Joni, because we're such good partners with them, has a code. So if you put in the HBTA code, you get a $25 discount on your registration. And folks, before I introduce Jen, you really do want to register before too long, because the ship inspections start to fill up and sell out. So if you're interested in seeing certain ships and experiencing them for your customers, I recommend that you register sooner rather than later. And now, there's my friend Jen Cruisey. Jen and I both have girls going off to college in a week, so we're a little bit crazy right now, but we'll survive, I think. So Jen, I'm going to bring you in and ask you to walk folks through the STAR program. So Jen, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Mary Pat, and thank you, Joni, again for having us for a little visit today. I'm very happy Mary Pat detailed conference program before we started talking about the STAR opportunity, because the STAR program essentially is CruiseWorld Plus, or what I like to say, CruiseWorld Enhanced. The individual selected to participate in the STAR program will take part in all of this awesome programming that Mary Pat detailed, and they will commit to a few additional STAR program components designed to immerse the select group in just a little bit deeper into the event experience. So, million-dollar question, what is the STAR program? The STAR program is Travel Weekly's investment in the advancement of travel advisors and in the continued growth of the retail distribution channel, just like it says on the slide. The program was developed to support you in your professional endeavors finding increased success in your businesses. One of the program's primary missions is to foster the development of relationships between the supplier and the frontline retailer, obviously resulting in greater success for all the parties involved. And we really try to highlight the value of these professional relationships and how they impact growth and offer new opportunities to either an agent or an agency. This year, we're pretty excited because we'll be including 250 advisors in the program. This is our biggest year to date. And those who are selected to participate will be in sync with this particular mindset and understand the value of these partnerships in profitability. Our goal is, and we try really hard to focus on this, is to include advisors at all levels of experience and specialty who've demonstrated, regardless of tenure or how long they've been in business, practices that kind of align with this particular mission. The STAR program offers many benefits, which I will detail, but I do want to be sure to note that there is real commitment involved as well to participating. If selected, STARs need to agree to be on-site and fully engaged in event programming. The content offered each day is really relevant to anyone, as you've seen in Mary Pat's going through day by day. And more often than not, we see plenty of struggle with choosing between several sessions in a time bank. So the program is really appealing to everybody. I joke that it's a good problem to have, that one event is so awesome by design, thanks, of course, to Mary Pat's hard work, that you walk away wanting more. And our advice to this challenge is obviously come back next year. And I don't want to sidetrack, but I should totally mention the number of advisors who do just that. Our repeat attendance numbers are staggering, which again is a testament to the event program and its overall value. But back to the STAR program, because if I start singing event praise, we could be here all day, and I recognize the clock is ticking. One of the big program features, which kind of bridges commitment and benefit, is the one-on-one connection stars will make on site. During the exhibitor showcase on Thursday, each star will have a scheduled set of meetings with exhibiting suppliers. As part of the STAR commitment, you're required to attend these 3-minute appointments. But the reality is this is more of a benefit than a commitment. The value in making these connections really can't be summed up, and the post-event success stories we hear are truly amazing. We found over and over that 3 minutes can open unexpected doors to growth and success in your business. Generally, each star is provided with about 10 appointments, which allows for ample free time during the showcase to visit the other exhibits. And we feel this hybrid of appointments and independent exploration really offers the best of both worlds. The other benefits to STAR program participation, which speak more to the potential to offset some of the expenses required to attend live events. Stars receive 2 complimentary hotel nights at a participating conference hotel. As Mary Pat detailed, we have group room blocks at the Hilton Fort Lauderdale Marina and at the Renaissance Cruise Port, but also for stars, we have added a room block at the newly renovated B Ocean. So those who are partial to surf and sand can choose that one particular hotel as an option of the 3. Stars also receive complimentary event registration. On-site, there's some on-site perks. Stars are provided with access to a VIP lounge at the convention center, so you can pop in, grab some coffee in the morning, recharge your devices. The lounge is where VIP event registration check-in will take place, so there's no lines, no waitings. You just pop in, grab your badge, grab your event materials, obviously a cup of coffee, and be about your business. Stars have the option to register for a STAR exclusive ship inspection that Mary Pat detailed on the 14th, on Tuesday, and that is an Oceania vessel, which, you know, they're kind of hard to come by, so we're so happy that we got to confirm this for our STAR group. And like she said, we are kind of close to sell out on that, but we still have seats available on that inspection. There are other perks and little gifties and experience. We're still solidifying a lot of that, so please stay tuned. But know that if you participate as a STAR, you will be recognized on site as such and treated as our event VIP. Leading up to the event, stars are provided with access to a pre-event networking group that Mary Pat alluded to on Facebook. It's a private group. I don't think anyone could have predicted how this concept took off and how much it added to the overall STAR experience. Agents are in there arranging for carpools or dinner reservations. It's really a great forum to connect with your peers and with the CruiseWorld team. And it's also a great place for information sharing, and it's become a real hub for those that have already been confirmed to the program. You know, we've worked really, really hard over the years to, I'd like to say perfect, but nearly perfect what we're doing here with the STAR program and support the industry overall in all facets. And we're super proud of the program's growth and success. The resulting demographic really represents the breadth of the retail travel industry. So if you haven't yet and you are able to commit to full program engagement and you value the relationships in your business, I do hope you'll consider applying for the program, which you can do by visiting the website, and there's a link to apply for the program there. There's also a STAR page on the website where you can read some testimonials from some past stars, or read more about the actual STAR experience. If you want to shoot me a personal note, I think my email is a little further on in the deck. It's jcruisey@travelweekly.com. Happy to chat with you about the program. I'm going to throw things back into Mary Pat's lap, but I'll stick around, and I think we have some time after for a little Q&A following the presentation.
Thanks, Jen. And as you can all hear, I mean, Jen's
from New York too.
She's yeah, we're all New Yorkers, but she's the ultimate pro, and she puts so much heart and soul into this. Really and truly, you will be taken care of as a STAR like you would not believe. But it's important to note, as Jen pointed out, that it's really important to us that the STAR attendees kind of run the gamut of the industry, because as an organization, North Star is committed to growing the business. So we want newer to the business, more experienced, and long-time travel professionals. So that's why you'll see within that group a real diversity, and we appreciate that. So while these slides are up with the Facebook program, I just wanted to mention, because we just launched yesterday a new program called Win Your Way, and it's an opportunity for some folks to win airfare, because we know that it's expensive to make these trips happen. So if you go to our Facebook page, and the address is right there, the CruiseWorld Show Facebook page, the Win Your Way contest is the first post on the page, and it's basically a 6-word story. Folks, it could take you 5 minutes. It's a 6-word story about one of the topics listed, and you can enter either via email or by commenting on the post. There's all detail on there for you to find out more about, and we're going to have a group of folks win airfare to CruiseWorld Airfare and Registration. So another opportunity to defer the cost. We're really trying to help wherever we can there. And we are active on social. As Jen pointed out, the social media groups are really active, and we love that. We're all kind of geeks that way, so we're on there talking all the time as well. Also on Twitter and Instagram, so here are the handles if you need them. We'd love to be engaged with all of you as well. And now, I think, is that the end of I'm going to put the team up because we're not going to do the winners right this minute. We're going to talk about questions that we might have, so I'm going to put the team up on the screen for now. And Joni, I can go back to any of the slides if I need to, so I think it's time for us to take some Q&A.
Perfect. Okay, thank you, Mary Pat, and thank you, Jen, so much for sharing all that great information. We do have a few questions, not too many, because you answered everything. You guys were tremendous. Larry asked a question, and I'm not really certain if you did answer this, so I'm going to ask it again. What is your Facebook page?
Oh, all right, we're going to go back to it because I can answer it this way. There you go. It's facebook.com/CruiseWorld Show. And then for those of you that may apply for STAR and be accepted to STAR, that is a closed Facebook group, but boy, business gets done in there. People are posting in there, I need a supplier for such and such, and people start answering each other. It's a great community of engaged folks there as well. So CruiseWorld, the main CruiseWorld Facebook page is facebook.com/CruiseWorld.
Okay, thanks. I have to say that STAR page is amazing. I can't believe the information that's shared there and what I've learned, about different operators and such. It's just awesome. Someone is asking, can you tell me the name of the presenter for the incentive travel again? They couldn't hear it.
Yes, it's Jason Coleman, who is an agency owner in California. He's been a speaker for us in the past and was so well received. And actually, he and a colleague of his will be joining us in Fort Lauderdale to handle the incentive travel discussion. And so Jason is a cruise specialist. His colleague actually does a lot of business in Central, South, Latin America, and the Caribbean. And so they're going to look at the incentive market from both a land and a cruise perspective. This was a question that came up so many times because I think a lot of folks see the opportunity for incentive travel. And, since I have been in this business 30 years, it used to be that a lot of leisure agents were in the incentive travel business, and it's changed over the years, but now it's come back again. And so this will be a chance for both Jason and his colleague to share with you how on the cruise and the land side, they have built and developed incentive travel for their customers.
Okay, great. Thank you. I have a question, not a question, but someone that said they're just so excited because they've been accepted into the STAR program. So that's cool. Someone else said that they were accepted last year. They're hoping that you guys will look at the list. They had to decline because life got in the way, and we all know how that happens. So that's just a comment for you. Someone has a question about a ship inspection, and so I don't know if you don't need to actually answer probably that individual question here, but maybe you could give us the contact of who this person would go to. They want to see about changing a ship inspection, so maybe you could just say who they would contact on the team for that.
Okay, so I'm going to guess Teresa, but Teresa is on the line. So Teresa, would that be you if they needed to change a ship inspection?
Yes, ultimately, Sarah's our event coordinator, and she'd be responsible for managing all of the ship inspections. So you can reach out to Sarah, or if you reach out to me, I'll just connect with Sarah and make sure that she makes the update for you.
Oh, that's great. Okay. Maybe you could share Sarah's email address?
Sure. Well, her name's Sarah Hibbler. So her email address is her first initial and her last name, S. Hibbler, Hibler, @travelweekly.com.
Okay. Someone says, I've been accepted to the STAR program, and as a STAR agent, are you allowed to apply for it again the following year, or is it only a one-time thing?
Let Jen answer that. Jen?
Okay, so when you participate in the STAR program and then you apply the following year, we really want to document how participating has affected your business. So we ask these questions and then we evaluate on an individual basis. We do not allow repeat participation beyond 2 years. So we really want to kind of spread the opportunity around a little bit. So if you've participated 2 years, you don't qualify for the third, and you take kind of a year off and step back and let someone else have the opportunity. But yes, we do consider repeat participation as long as there's a result from your participating the first time. If your business goes down, $100,000 after participating, probably not a good idea to come back. But I haven't seen that happen at all. Everyone seems to find tremendous success following the event.
Okay.
Yeah, Jen mentioned that actually, Joni. Jen had mentioned the repeat factor, and the number of folks who want to come back should say a lot about our event, because they seem to our repeat application numbers are very, very high. And one of the things we do try and do is spread the wealth a little bit here as an organization and continue to grow the portfolio of travel agents that we're having conversations with. So you will see us, keep to a limited number the repeats, because we want to give folks, maybe you folks that didn't even know this program existed, an opportunity and a chance to participate. So we do kind of ebb and flow the repeat factor for that reason as well.
Okay, great.
And we do cap too, like we cap at about 25–30% of repeaters, because we do want to have new advisors participate in the program.
Thank you. Okay. Someone's asking about the availability of the ship inspections before registering. Is that something they could see in advance?
Well, if they want to give us a call or reach out to us by email, they can certainly check the availability of the ship inspections. I can tell you that right now, while some are filling up, there is availability on all of the ships. We've just added another ship last week, one of the Holland America. The new Amsterdam was added last week, so we definitely have availability on all of them. But if you'd like to know specifically, you can just reach out to us.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Teresa, that's a good point. The new Amsterdam was remodeled, right? It was in dry dock, and so that's one of the other things to think about with these ships, folks. Is you may have heard of that ship or you may have seen it, but lots has happened since the last time there was a ship inspection available there, because Holland America actually reached out to us to ask us to add it. So, keep in mind that all of these ships have new opportunities for things for you to see, because they're changing all the time.
Okay, perfect. Okay, and then just a couple more questions. There's a lot of questions about the STAR candidates, and who really qualifies for it. I think you covered a lot of that, Jen. So would you want people to reach out directly to you on that, or what would be the best way to, they're not sure exactly what the qualifications are, to do that?
No, they could certainly reach out to me. Again, my email is jcruisey@travelweekly.com. So we can have a dialogue over email, or, I can schedule a time to have a chat.
Yeah, perfect. Because a couple of people said they've, registered or asked to be registered, and they're just asking for questions. And there's too many of those for us to go all over those now, but just so you have those in the future. Let me see. Someone asked a question about what is the cost to go to CruiseWorld?
The current registration is $175. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And so Joni's code, the HBTA code, would give you a $25 discount. And just to keep in mind, folks, on September 14th, the rate will go up. So it will be more expensive after September 14th, so try not to hesitate.
Perfect. Someone's asking, are the ship inspections limited to show attendees only? I believe that answer to that is yes.
Yes, that is the case. We only have a certain number of spaces on each ship, and we really want to keep them for the folks that are there for the 3-day duration of the event. So yeah, okay. They are limited.
Perfect. That also answers somebody else's questions asking, can't attend all the days of the event, but can I only attend the weekends? Obviously, you can attend, whatever you can attend, but you register for the entire event.
Correct.
Okay, perfect.
Correct. And if I could just circle back for 1 second, the rate until September 14th is $150. On September 15th, it will go up to $175.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
And actually, Joni, to that point about that is one distinction with the STAR program that everyone should keep in mind, because we can't require that somebody who pays the full rate and comes to CruiseWorld as an attendee go to everything. But on the STAR participant side, we do, because we are covering your expenses, and so we do require that you come to all 3 days, all events.
Okay, perfect. All right. I think that pretty much answers the majority of the questions. I just encourage anyone that hasn't registered to look at it and be sure, like Mary Pat mentioned, to use the HVTA code, because that'll save you a little bit of money in doing so. Did you have anything else that you want to share, Mary Pat or Jen or anybody else?
I'm just really glad I didn't realize this slide was next, folks. So there's the email address for Jen is right there on the screen. And the registration email is right there on the screen. So if you have questions, you can send questions directly to the registration email, and someone from Teresa's team will get back to you. So that's another option for you to use. And if we have any suppliers on the line, or we have agents on the line who want to recommend some supplier partners as potential sponsors, Emmy Morales, who is responsible for all of the supplier relationships and supplier participation at CruiseWorld, would be more than happy to hear from them. So feel free to reach out to Emmy if you have a recommendation for a supplier that you want to see at CruiseWorld.
Perfect. Well, I want to thank everybody for being here today. First of all, thank you, Mary Pat and Jen and Teresa and everyone for all that information and for being part of the webinar today. And to thank all the agents who have been here with us and listening very attentively. I really hope we're going to see a lot of you in November at CruiseWorld, and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you, Joni.
Thank you. Thank you so much.